Alright, in this session we're going to talk about using Cinematize. Cinematize is a program that we use to bring data off the DVD in case console misses their digital recording. We've still got to work with the routine on our DVD, on our computer I should say. And so you can see I've got the DVD loaded up into the computer. I just put it into the computer's disk drive, and then I'm going to open up Cinematize, and I simply drag the DVD icon into the Cinematize box, and you can see it loads up the title set and the manager files. We want to work with the title set. You just select the title set that you want, and there's usually only one title set on the recorded same days. And then you go down here into the bottom right corner and select VTS, and you can see these aren't complicated steps. Once you do them a couple times, they become easy. It's like trimming. There's a few buttons to click, but once you learn the sequence and you repeat it a couple times, you can do this really quickly and get really good at multitasking. Once the title set loads, you can see it's got a start point and an end point. This is a lot like trimming, it's just a different way of doing it. You can kind of eyeball when you'd like the recorded routine to start, so that you trim the fat before it gets imported onto the desktop. And the reason we want to do it now is because these are going to save as a .mov file, and so we won't be able to work with them in ITV. So we won't be able to trim them in ITV. And we can trim them in Toast, but we might as well go ahead and get as much of the trimming done right now as we can. The only disadvantage of doing it now is you don't have the audio, so you can't listen to the announce. So you just kind of want to ballpark it. Give yourself more rather than less, just in case it's a routine where the song starts before the performer enters the stage. And so you just set the start point by scrolling down here on the play bar, then you click over here on the end point, and you can see here that there's not too much to trim here off at the end, so I'm just going to let it go right out all the way to the end. And then all you're going to do is click Extract Data. The first time you use Cinematize, you want to double check your output and make sure that it saves the QuickTime as self-contained and together as one segment. And that lets you know that the file is going to save as one file and not a separate file for video and a separate file for audio. And you just click Extract Data, and you're just going to save it to the desktop. Now you've got to name it as console would have if they had recorded it. So it's always a 3-digit number, 001 space dash space, and then the name of the routine. And you're going to leave it as a .mov and save it to the desktop. And then it's just a waiting game. You can move on to your trimming. You can see that two files pop up, an MP2, which is an audio file, and the .mov, which is the video file. That's fine. These are going to combine when the process is finished and there'll be one file on your desktop. So while we're waiting, you can see it's extracting the segment 1 of 1, and this bar is going to go. We can review some trimming and go into a routine. You can see I right click and I click Edit on the menu. It's going to pop up with the play bar. And this is an instance where you can see they're bringing a prop out. We don't want this prop set up on the DVD, so this is a good example of why we trim. I can hear the music starting to fade out. They've already done the announce, and I just click my 2 triangle button where my playhead where I want to start it, and I drag the left triangle back. Now I'm going to scroll through the routine. Oh, see, you can see you got to be careful about when you where you click to drag. And I'm going to start it again by hitting my space bar just so I can listen to the audio. I'm going to wait for the performers to exit the stage. Now this is an instance where I'm not going to do any more trimming on the end of this. It ended at a pretty good spot. and I just hit Command W to close the window, and you can see that blue bar is gone from the eye. This routine is trimmed. And it's pretty good timing. I'm going to go ahead and close out of ITV because our Cinematize segment is finished, and I can tell that because it combined into one file, and you can see that my status bar is gone. And this file is now a .mov, and I'm done with Cinematize. I can close out of Cinematize by hitting Command Q, and I can eject my disk because I no longer need this DVD. Now, we won't be able to work with this file in ITV. It won't show up. Even if you put it in the ITV archive, it won't show up in ITV. You can see 001 tell me something I don't know doesn't show up here because ITV only reads .itv files. But if we're going to burn a disk in Toast with other ITV files, all we have to do is drag the routine over to Toast and drop it in. Now we can, if we wanted to trim, we can edit, go to video, and you can see that this is very similar to the ITV trimming process where you can hit your space bar to start it. Hit your two triangles to set your playhead markers, drag it over. And then I just hit done. And then I can change my disk name as I would normally, Star Quest with capital Q, DVD, space dash space, city, and then the state. And then I hit my big red button to record. So that's how you cinematize. Like I said, that's only if for some reason console misses the digital record and they don't have a routine in ITV. For instance, if we were missing routine entry number 4, we would ask console if they happen to miss the record, or maybe they forgot to drop it on their hard drive, and if they maybe missed the record, or if they started the record late and we have to get it from the beginning on the non-digital file. That's when we use Cinematize to pull the routine off the hard disk that we have as a backup.